Why hello there, fellow Seraphs, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, episode 43, Silver Linings. I think the way going forward, a lot of the polling priorities I'm going to work on if daylight allows for it, and then if it doesn't at nighttime, I'm just going to decide. That way, we don't have to consider like day-night schedules for work priorities. So here is up that way, some choices. I can go hunting for more meat, fat, and hides. And I wanted to add why that's on there. If I want to make chainmail armor, I'm going to need a lot more leather because chainmail chest and pants require leather jerkins underneath in order to construct it. So we're going to need to make a lot more leather if I really do want iron chainmail. Number 2, trap chickens and build a chicken coop. That would be a good way to get dry grass into becoming protein. Number 3, trade for needed resources and search for traders. So this one might be underestimated, not to put my thumb on the scale, but we have found traders that might sell us linen. So if I was able to provide them resources they wanted to buy for gears, and I could buy their linen, we could potentially double our mechanical power. Right, because we've found commodities traders and building materials traders and furniture traders. So that might actually be a really good idea because otherwise we're just waiting for the flax to be harvested. And linen sheets are not too uncommon to be sold. Same with beeswax. And those are two materials that we're going to have really hard time sourcing ourselves. I could also improve the hilltop camp. In its current state, it really doesn't have windows. With that said, because it has a working forge, it will never be enclosed because of the way the axle systems work. But we could spruce it up, build patios and ladders and things rather than the weird dirt scaffolding that we have now. It could be my choice or your choice, viewer suggestion. So I'm going to put 2.5 minutes on that. And the first thing I wanted to do is not a sexy goal, but reset the torches that I have back at my normal base. And seeing that we're heading into nighttime, I was thinking of possibly using the Hellhammer for the first time and adding silver plates to my lanterns. I have 2 lanterns and enough silver for 2 plates, so that might be a good idea. I don't know why I hadn't thought to do that up until now, but I was a bit too late on this one. Already burned out. And then what I think I'm going to do is take this lantern from down here and move it up to the hilltop. So that I've got a lantern illuminating the hilltop camp rather than down here. Well, I'll need to cook something again soon because that's empty. But there we go. We reset the lamps. Taking a look at the crops here. Flax is 7 out of 9. Cabbage, some of it is 11 out of 12. We have some turnips that are coming in. Nothing harvestable in this room as far as I could tell. These carrots are still sticking at 6 to 7. It's not harvestable either. Parsnips, same deal. So we have a lot of foods that are like on the precipice of ripeness, but not quite there yet. So it should be soon that we have a giant windfall of food. Okay. I am gonna decide that right now we'll go ahead and silver plate. And I'm going to leave this poll up a little bit longer if you haven't yet voted. But it looks like maybe a chicken coop. Oh, I've got a rift there. Okay. That means the outside patio of my home is going to be a little spicy. I did realize the lantern tip. Yes. Alright. As far as where the lanterns are going to be physically placed, I'm going to put it here. Because that will illuminate 2 floors. And let's get him silvered. So for that, crucible. And I'll update the priority. Make lined lanterns and vote. Also, Mike, I missed a hydration, and I apologize. I'll do that in just a moment. Cheers. Now, not that it's particularly sexy, but another thing that I think we're going to need at some point soon is more lignite. Or for me to make charcoal or something. Because... yeah, we're just going to need that. So, I know that I only have ingot molds for 200 silver, but it's going to be easier, I think, cheaper for coal-wise, to smelt 400 units of silver and then bring it back up to temp, rather than to do 2 batches. I think 1 batch and then reheating it is going to be easier. Might be wrong about that, but I've already put the silver in, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, Yoda's doing all right. I mean, he's a crazy boy. I am really hoping for higher wind power, as I'm sure you could assume, because right now we have like light breeze, wind speed of 25%, which is horrible. If we had higher wind power, I'd really be able to get this thing spinning. And I think I'm going to call it. We are going to try to build a chicken trap. And coop. And I'm going to keep it very simple. So as far as the chicken coop goes, a little reminder about the requirements. Your chickens get stressed out until you're like multiple generations in. They get stressed out being around the seraph, the player. So I don't want a chicken coop anywhere near where I normally go. So I think maybe like that flat area there might be a good place for the coop itself. And then I need to build a trap, and I need to build a trap where I find the chickens, and then to trap them. So I wonder if there's a guide on this that will explain it a little bit better. Animal husbandry. Bighorn sheep, boars, chickens, and goats can be turned into productive livestock. Use a small trough filled with grain for chickens, and a large trough filled with grain or dry grass or vegetables for boars and sheep. And then poultry chickens lay eggs instead of giving birth to live young. The eggs must be incubated for 7 days in a hatch. Place a hen box to provide your chickens with a place to lay eggs and sit on them. Also requires a rooster to fertilize the eggs. If there's not enough hen boxes, chickens will lay eggs on the ground, which will not hatch. Okay, let's check. Oh, that is... oh, yeah, that's up to temp. So, I believe chickens eat dry grass. I think... they should, at least. Even though it says feed them grain. I believe they eat dry grass. So what I can do is I can plant plants. And I don't... it's not going to be exclusively a trap for chickens. It will be a trap for whatever gets in there. And the other thing is we'll have to periodically check it, because if I don't check it, we run into a situation where a predator, like a fox or a wolf, could end up eating whatever we trapped, which wouldn't be ideal either. Alright, that's almost a temp. And let's see. If I... really? I can build a small trough now and just show you how the system works. Wood was in this box. Haven't labeled them, which is a bit of a problem. I would need a stack of dry grass for that to go in. I'll do that in just a second. I don't want to leave this project hanging. Just checking in on it. Should have grabbed my scythe, but I'll do this the old-fashioned manual way. Portapane, thank you for gifting out subs. Cheers, dude. I'll drink to that. Alright, how is the silver plates going? Oh, it's going to need another nugget. Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you. My thoughts exactly. Hello, small trough. Really? I need more than 8? Was it 10 stack? I thought it was 8 at a time. I'm obviously out of practice. I haven't filled one of those in a very long time. But put that project on hold. The crucible's almost filled. There it is. And now we just wait for the liquid silver to become hardened, and then I can reheat it on the forge, and then smash it with the health hammer. I probably will need to do some of the hammering myself, I'd imagine, because the amount of wind that we have at the moment is dead. I finally got to the momentous occasion of building a working health hammer, and the wind is like, all right, we're going to be like light to no breeze. Rip. Just how it is sometimes. Am I wrong about the small trough? Is it only grain? I think it's only grain, and it's the large troughs that do large. I believe that to be the case. The large troughs are what, just like a bucket? I should look up the recipe. Oh no, it was like this. Yeah, there we are. 8 dry grass. Okay. So when I trap things, I will be designing it mostly to catch chickens, but I think what I want to do is enable it to also catch other animals so that I can feed myself a little bit more easily. So, to that end, I am going to need... I think I have grain back at the base. So let me get my lantern and double check. But we're also going to be able to see what the base looks like from down below with an actual lantern. And I'm also going to bring one of these storage vessels back, because soon I think the farm is going to have a bit of a windfall of harvest, and most of her food is stored down at the actual base. Yeah, I think you're right, it's grain only, which is fine. Alright, rift activity is calm. It seems I'm going to get left alone. So we're going to, the way to do it is, it's going to be like a pitfall with the food in the middle, so that they're lured to the food, but they can't actually physically get to it. And we can maybe plant like a parsnip or turnip or something, and then put 2 troughs. Oh, we have prepared, okay, sweet. Here's the small hide, prepared hide, that we are processing into leather. I need to do probably another run of leather as well. Yeah, so we do have a little bit of grain down here. That's perfect. So we'll use this grain to bait the trap. And I'll use the spelt grain. And then put this behind, because this is almost full. So the closest chickens identified, let's turn off prospecting, to me. I'm not 100% sure. So I'll have to figure out where the closest chickens are, because that's where I'll dig the pit for the trap. And looking at my shovel, it might be wise to get a spare. So I think southwest, where the building materials trader is the closest chicken cluster, flock, whatever. Because up north, this terrain sucks to traverse, so it'll be, even if it's physically closer, it's more annoying to get to. Alright, soft, but it's about to be hardened. And then this is still molten, and I'll just keep feeding it peat to keep it so that I can reuse the molds. If I want to use my anvil for anything but, it's useful to have the helve up top. But how fast is this moving? This could probably hypothetically make a silver plate if I was patient enough. Yeah, it's hitting fast enough. I would just need to get the silver ingots up high temp. Alright, this should still be molten. Perfect. How many hours does it take to get as far as I am? 28, if you know what you're doing. I am 28 hours in this run. And I would be a lot farther if I didn't start in November with almost no food available to me. That was a big bottleneck. Part of me thinks I have a spare pig, but part of me thinks I might need... my shovel's good enough for a simple trap for animals, but that's going to be a needed thing to do soon. Alright, nice and hot. So, we're going to make silver plate. And normally I would help it along by hammering it myself, but I think in this case I'm just going to let the health hammer make a plate for me. I'm not going to intervene. The one thing I'm going to want, though, is a quench bucket, or quenching area up here. So let's go ahead and grab... I did actually want more leather, so I'm going to grab some of the hides that are up here. Let's grab the large raw. Those are pelts. These are raw hides? Okay. And then grab the buckets that's down there and bring water up here. Because the buckets I have in my base up here have honey and borax in them. Actually... I'm going to bring my borax and dump it into the other borax. Yeah, here it is. There's not a lot of borax in here, and I did, since I made the last batch of borax, I mined up a whole lot more of it. So, like, powdered borax is something I have a lot of. Or regular borax, that is. Glitch, thank you for the cheer. And welcome. No need to be on time every time. Always a pleasure to have you here. Cheers. Alright, that's an empty bucket. Yep. And then... This can handle 4 of the 5 hides. It's fine by me. Put the last hide away. I have a little bit of food on me, but I'm definitely going to want to cook another batch. And then come morning, we'll go dig the trap for the chickens. Now, the only concern I have is I may want like a very easy path to get down there, because it's somewhere I'm going to have to check frequently. And if it's annoying to physically get to, I am going to be discouraged from checking it frequently enough to actually not kill the chickens in the process. And I also need reed baskets. So I'm going to need to go where there's cattail and make some reed baskets. I think I can actually scrap the hand baskets that I have and turn them into reed baskets. That's probably ideal. The mushrooms I picked, the bitter ones, yeah, they are poisoned. I ought to huck them. Yep, that's plenty hot. And this is already hardened. Well, that's over boiling temperature, so I'm assuming I should not touch that with my bare hands. Where's my... There it is. Okay, quenching. Probably in a corner. Yeah. That would make the most sense. Oh, come on. Except for, you know, the whole, like, I can't walk thing. Yeah. I could easily quench there. That's no problem at all. Doesn't look super sexy. Not like a well in the middle of the room like I had before. But we can always make improvements. That's the thing, is, like, leaving it for room for improvements. Oh my god. Wait, what? What did I do? I need to fix something. That was, a misplace. Oh, and that's done. Just about. Which means I don't want to be near it without tongs, or it's going to hurt me. Oh, look at the water. It's still going. Okay, so we'll have to replace that slab. Because I somehow put materials like, I don't know. You saw. Oh, for the... Okay, first things first, we'll deal with the plate. There we go. It's brighter. And now, let's make another one. So that's, it's not fast, but the Helvhammer did just hammer out 2 ingots into a plate, and I didn't do anything. I just, you know, it automatically went. So the light level of this is brighter than that one now. If we can try to compare. Yeah. And I need to make one more plate for the other lantern I have, which will be these. I can turn a reed basket into a trap with just a stick. Yeah, I know. I don't have reed baskets. I have hand baskets. They're, hence the scrapping the hand baskets to make a reed basket. Because I don't want to get the cattail. Bye-bye. I'm not going to go get that. Yeah, hand baskets and reed baskets are different. Oh, I guess I am going to go get this. Hand baskets are backpacks, and reed baskets are storage. You'd think the game would allow you to, like, interchange them or whatever, but it doesn't. That was the most important, oh, good lord. The most important slab I've ever grabbed, apparently. Also, my character made "you got injured" noises, but I didn't take any damage, so what gives? I'm confused. Just sad tuba noises without the injury. I'll allow it. It was like a millimeter of health loss? Yeah, maybe. Stubbed my toe on the way down. Okay, those look plenty hot. Let's do that next. I keep getting distracted. I'm trying to juggle two projects at once and doing both projects poorly, separately. It's just spiting me now. What part of this do you want me to look at for it to build correctly? Do I just put a slab here? Or a full block? Maybe I have to look this way? Now, is that water? Is that going to hold water? Okay. I don't know what happened before where I was able to, like, place water in a wall. But there, we have a quenching that took me, like, 20 minutes to build, embarrassingly. It's almost daytime, but I don't want to walk away from this silver plate because items will despawn if you don't pick them up, which is one of the reasons for the quenching. So when I'm making metal stuff and I don't want to carry tongs around with me forever, I can quench it, bring it down to a temperature that I can handle with my hands, and then I don't have to leave it on the ground for it to manually cool. So it's a big shortcut. So I think the chickens are right there, right? That's the trader. That's not that hard to get to. That's pretty close. And the wind speed is 60%, or it's variable, but it's a little bit windier now than it was before. It's also worth noting, the winds do look like they're coming west to east, but it doesn't affect rotor speed. Wind direction turns rotors regardless, just to make that clear. When I throw my plates into the quench, don't miss. Yeah, at some point I'll have windows here. If the improve your base goal gets voted on more, I'll maybe consider a bloomery for quartz for proper windows. All right, while that hammers out, I do think for me to dig the trap, I should have some seeds, some plant seeds, and maybe to grab a little bit extra food. Yeah, I could do the bloomeries and also like pit kilns on the back patio. Absolutely. There's a lot of things I could do back there. And I'm eager to utilize the space well once it's a voted goal. So I'll do turnip seeds. I don't care if they get stunted. It's not about actually growing it. And then while I'm here, we'll reset the torches one more time. Hey, Joker. Thank you for the resub. Spoil in 34 days? Yeah, I could leave it there. Check that one carrot. The sacrificial carrot. I think it got stunted. Yeah. I just saw something stunted. The onions, rather. Stunted due to the cold. And then these aren't grown yet. Alright, let's finish up that... did I reset these? Probably not. I'm not used to having torches in this room. Alright, now that that's done, let's go do our daytime project. Because this plate's going to be done in just a second. Can I use seed instead of grain? No. Animals won't eat seeds. And honestly, that's for the best. Because if they did, they would ruin farms so bad. If they ever got access to it. Come on, first quench. Come on, wind. How is that not done already? I almost want to grab a hammer and figure out... Oh, okay. I was gonna say... I don't need to actually quench it in this case. I just need to put my own lantern down. Line it. And now, the base has a lined lantern illuminating... And then I have one too. Cool. Updating the priority. Build a chicken trap and coop. The trap comes first. The reason I took the seeds is I'm going to actually physically plant a turnip down. Because crops can be eaten by animals. Not seeds. So I intend to actually rake the topsoil and grow seeds out in the open to encourage animals to try to eat my seeds. And for that reason, I need this thing. Done. All right. Marking down the chickens. Oh, come on. Oh, the baskets. Yeah, I 100% forgot. Scrapping the baskets requires a knife? And I'm a little worried that I don't actually have knife durability. I could also just get more cattails and make them from scratch. But I didn't want to spend a lot of my waking hours grabbing cattail reeds. I think I have 8 cattail reeds here in the base, though. Already, maybe? I'll double check. So if I'm not mistaken, you can, yeah, you can turn these back into cattails. And that will be a nice little shortcut for, making the traps. And I did have cattails. Okay, cool. There we go. So, in terms of a trap, what I'm making is a reed basket trap, which is a reed chest and a stick. And a reed chest is just a bunch of cattails in a circular pattern like that. So I have enough for one, and I probably want at least 2. So I need, what, 24 cattails total? I have 12. Time for some meteoric iron knives. Yeah, and maybe shovel and a pick. I mean, I'm for it. I guess improving tools needs to be on the poll. I will add it back. Thanks for reminding me, by the way, because I completely forgot to bring the thing I needed to bring in order to make a trap. Are there biomes in this game? Yes. If I traveled far enough away from the longitude that I'm at, I would be in, the desert or the rainforest or whatever. That's a moose in it. I don't think the moose can mess with me if I'm in the trader, at the trader. So this might be worth hunting. But let's check what he has in stock first. You've got... So he wants to buy a tin bronze hammer, which I could sell him for 3 gears, and a tin bronze axe, which I could sell him for 3 gears. So selling things to the trader is not necessarily a bad idea if I have the materials for it, as having the gears might be incredibly useful. So I'm not going to do this without you voting on it, but I will say, thumb on the scale a little bit, that, like, selling his stuff... I mean, there's only 1 day left before he changes, but purposely fulfilling trader's orders for gears in order to then subsequently buy linen stuff is a smart play. Oh, collecting these arrows is gonna suck. Alright, I have 8 of the 9. Where's my other miss? Why I don't do a lot of archery. Well, he's moving on. I did hear a whole bunch of chickens over there, so let's focus on task. Where's my last arrow? It could have broken. I might be... I mean, that's the thing, is it's hard to tell if it's like... I can't find it or it's broken. Because they do have a chance to break, of course. Okay. Back on task. I'll just be down an arrow. So this is roughly where I saw the chickens. Oh. There's already some trapped down here. I don't think it's trapped, though. It could get out. So we'll dig our chicken trap here. So I'm going to leave a 2x2 platform. Am I going to break my shovel? A 2x2 platform in the center. And then just dig all around it. Yeah, I hear you. You're going to be my pet soon. So most animals can't climb out of a too high jump, which is why this works. We can even set it up because I don't have like the true gravity for us to have a floating island in the middle. That would work too. What I'm doing here to account for snow level is just raising up the lip. Animals will be able to climb over the one high lip, so that's not an issue for the animals, but this will stop them from snow building up. The other thing is that animals need sunlight in order to not die. The idea is if animals get caught in caves, they will perish without sunlight, or like despawn or whatever. But the other thing is I don't want there to be a massive buildup of snow, so I'm going to make the trap in such a way that it's a mix of snow blockers and also of open sun, so that they have access to sun. Now in the middle here, let's go ahead and stick the small trough, stick some grain in it, and it's suitable for deer, goat, moose, chicken, gazelle, pig, and bighorn sheep. Large trough, grass in it, deer, goat, gazelle, bighorn sheep. And then we've got the turnip seeds. And this is basically what a trap is. So I'm going to want to remove that low fertility soil block at some point. But we just stick the trap down here. We can also bait the trap, but it's not strictly necessary, as once the animals get down there, they're going to move around a bit. So you can have open traps. You can put traps like that, in an open field to try to trap them passively. But this, increases your odds as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's our very simple trap. And now I just leave the area, so I'm not scaring the chickens, and then come back and see what we caught. Make the roof 3 high? I think this will be fine. I mean, we'll see. If I've made some sort of like vital mistake, we can always build another iteration. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch, December 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.